the family a new house. And the first night that family's in the house, the father passes away of cancer.
Wow.
And he was almost a father figure in my life too. So that was just 4 funerals in a row. And with my friend, the passing away of my friend was even harder than my brother, because, and I'll tell you why. Your brother you love, you know, their blood. You just have to love them, right? Yes. But, you know, with your friend, you choose to love that person. Mm-hmm. You've seen something in them, and you're like, this is the person I want to be around. This is the person. And for me, it was just it was a blow a lot harder to me, and it just sent me on a roller coaster of emotions. I started up a band, like you've seen in the video, me playing in the band, because I wanted to fulfill my brother's dream since he was gone, and I just stopped taking my medication, and I just started doing drugs harder and harder and harder. And finally, it put me into, you know, the paranoia had come back so strong. All I could do was cut myself, and eventually I slit my wrist open, and I woke up in the hospital, and they sent me back to the mental home again.
How old were you then?
I was 20 at that time now.
My.
I was at 20 years old, so.
It sounds like to me that it's just a destruction. I saw some of the videos, and we can't even show some of these on television.
Right.
Most of them we can't. We've only been able to pick one out. But I mean, you're on stage, and you can see the scars on your body and the destruction the devil is trying to destroy. You're actually playing the guitar nude on stage, and just crazy stuff in your life. You showed me a picture of your house that I guess the devil would come over and you just tear your house completely up.
Yeah, sometimes I would just lose my mind. And
well, there were sometimes, sorry to interrupt you, there were sometimes you said that you would wake up covered in blood and you didn't know why.
Yeah, I'd be like on the other side of town in my boxers, covered with blood, all cut up, and I'd go home, my whole house would be destroyed, and my friends would kind of tell me what had happened. And then, anyway, when I ended up back in the mental home, a friend of mine, he was the next drug dealer from Brooklyn, found out I was in there, and he invited me to church. And I went into church for the first time, and it was just, I felt a peace I had never felt before.
Man.
And I was just listening to the sermon. He was talking about how Jesus can heal and Jesus can change your life. And for 1 second, I thought, man, you know, what if this is real? And I heard an audible voice of God. And it's the only time I've ever heard him talk to me like I'm talking to you right now.
Wow.
And he said, your life as you know it has changed.
Wow.
And in 1 second, he took all the drug addiction away. He took all the paranoia away. I've never cut myself, drank, smoked, nothing after that day.
Wow.
And I just dedicated my life to serving him, and it's just been, he's just awesome.
For you who are watching out there, there's youth here in Dallas that are going through this same thing, and we're wanting to get the word out there. There's a change, and if you don't believe in God, there's nothing in the world that can change a person's life like we're seeing right here in a split second. We have people that work with me that have been through all these different programs that the world has to offer, and the kids come out, they're back the same again. Actually, what we're going to do, we're going to take a short cut here. We want to show some of the stuff that you're doing.
Yeah.
I know you have a lot to show us. There's a lot of things that God has done. You have abilities. You're playing the guitar. We're going to see videos of you playing the guitar. We're going to see the movie that you created, and all the stuff that God's doing in your life, and you've never turned back from them.
No, never look back.
Joel's married now, has a baby girl. What's her name? Asia.
And
how old
Vallie.
is she?
She is 6 months old now.
6 months old, and so we're going to come back, and we just want you to stay tuned. Don't change the channel, because you're going to hear how God transforms people's lives. Welcome back to Creating Your Future. You just saw some of the ministry and the videos of Joel's life now compared to before. And we just want, I want my brother Sonny, he's up here visiting. They both live in Saltillo, Mexico. They've been doing ministry down there for years. Sonny, just share the first day and how y'all been working together and what you saw in Joel when he first showed up in Mexico.
Well, actually, everything we've been talking about right now about his life and stuff, I can pretty much vouch for probably the last 6 years that we've been hanging out. He showed up in Durango, Mexico, that we worked together, and from there, we moved up to Saltillo, and we've been working together ever since. He ended up in our ministry, which at the beginning he was just coming down there to visit. He ended up working with us. He ended up getting married to Michelle, a beautiful girl, a really sweet girl, had a baby, a miracle baby. Yeah. Maybe you can share kind of wrapping it all up really quick here.
Yeah, well, just not too long ago, just another awesome thing that God has done is that we just had a baby, and the pregnancy was very difficult, and I almost lost my wife and my baby, and you know, God just wasn't going to allow that to happen, and now they're both doing great, and they've recovered great and everything.
That's what I told you yesterday. I said, now that you've given your life to the Lord, you know, the devil's trying to come steal again from you, but he can't. I said, God's not going to allow that to happen.
He can't even touch me now. I mean,
exactly.
You know, I got God on my side, and you know, and you look at, you know, everything in that video, what my wife and I have done in our ministry, and you think about, man, a paranoid, schizophrenic, ex-drug abuser did this.
Yes.
With God, you know?
Exactly.
And with God, God can help you create your future, you know?
And I want you to share that on the part where you're saying, you know, God can help you create your future. Feel free to tell what God's doing right now. You've got a movie y'all just produced with one camera, and you've had some top producers calling you up saying, we don't know how you did that, like the fighting scene and different stuff. Right. You're just the ministry you're having, going around and teaching and training youth. My brother's got Fusion Town, which is reaching young people in front of universities. It's like pool tables and hockey and all the air hockey and all this stuff. So you are doing all these different ministries. I just want you to share what's happening now.
Now one thing people need to understand is he got saved, went to Bible school, couldn't read or write.
No.
Learned how to read or write in Bible school, got out of Bible school, moved to Mexico.
Learned how to read and write in Spanish.
Learned how to, didn't ever go to school for producing, editing, audio, video.
Yeah.
And everything that we've got to, you're speaking about a movie that I helped him out with behind the scenes. Everything we got to is something that God has worked out and given him a talent.
Yeah, I don't have any knowledge of anything that, you know, God's given me the knowledge, and just because I'm willing to do it, do whatever it takes to get it done, you know. And we've been working videos. You know, I help him with videos and designs for his ministry, and when I'm shooting videos, he acts in it or is behind the scenes doing stuff. So we've had this great collaboration throughout the years, and we hope to continue that collaboration and continue to keep affecting Mexico and Latin America. And this movie that's coming out right now will be distributed by Cancion. It's their first movie, you know, to be launched, and it's in 3 different languages: English, Spanish, Portuguese, and it'll be distributed in some like 30-some countries.